I have prepared an Italian Easter menu for your Easter lunch or dinner, or maybe every Sunday lunch or dinner. This is very good, selected just for you, okay? I've got 3 starters that you must share with your family and friends. I've got a nice pasta, a main course and a dessert. Oh yeah, it's a full Italian feast. Guys, this menu should be paired with a beautiful red wine. I love Barolo, it's an expensive bottle, but when I celebrate, I open my Barolo, a Montepulciano d'Abruzzo, a Shiraz, a Merlot, whatever you like red, you know? When I celebrate, I spend money for my wine and I get Barolo. If you want to go cheaper, just go, it doesn't matter, go cheaper. But just find a nice red that you like. The first antipasto is zeppole calabresi, a beautiful fried zeppola that you will love, and this is how you make it. Today we have Maria here helping us to make zeppole calabresi.
Sì.
So what ingredients do we need, Maria?
Farina
Plain flour.
plain farina,
About 3 kilos.
3 kg farina.
And then how much water do we
Dopo
need?
mettiamo 2 tazze di acqua,
2 cups of water, okay, hot water.
hot water,
Hot
not
water.
really hot.
But
just
from the tap, hot, yeah.
Ne mettiamo per 2 spoon di sale.
For 3 kilos of flour.
Sì, metti
Okay.
sì, un pochettino.
And then we use
E then mettiamo il lievito.
1 satchel of dry flour for each kilo of flour. So
Sì.
if you use 1 kilo of flour,
Mettiamo una
1 satchel,
sì,
yeah,
una
and
sa-
maybe half cup of water.
Water.
There you go. Okay, Maria, what's
Sì.
the first thing that we do?
Ce ne metto un cucchiaio di sale.
Okay, so 1 spoon of
1
salt
spoon
in
salt.
the hot water.
E
Yes.
una mezza.
Okay, she wants 1.5 of
Yeah,
salt.
una mezza sale.
We like salt. And then what do we
E
do?
then mettiamo una
One.
tre.
3. You help me to open one. You open one.
Sì, open one. Tre sacci. Sì.
1, 2, and 3.
3.
Perfect.
Lavato.
Okay. We need to, a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, but a little bit. Show us how a little bit is.
Okay, a little bit of olive
Can we
oil.
translate it into? Can we say how many grams of?
2-3 cucchiai.
Okay, 3 spoons of extra virgin
cucchiaini.
olive oil.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Here.
Cucchiaio.
That's
Grazie.
for you, Maria.
Grazie.
Che smell the lievito. Beautiful yeast.
That's it.
Why do you put a plate on top?
Perché deve essere bello un pochettino caldo.
Ok.
Un po' caldo il lievito comincia a alzare su.
Right, okay, so the heat helps
The heater
to get the bubble.
to get bubbles.
Okay. See how it changed? See the bubbles?
E tutti i bubbles che vengono
All the
sopra.
bubbles came up.
They all
Show
come
us the
up.
mix, how it touches
Well,
it.
we just mix a little
See?
bit.
How many times have we made this, Maria? Like for how long? For 20 years, for 30 years, for 50
maybe
years?
30 years, maybe.
So you're telling me you're 40 or 40 years old?
That's it.
Can I put it in?
Yes, you can put it
You
in.
make a well?
And now we make a hole there.
Can I put it in?
And
Let's
we
go.
chip it all in. That's it, all in it.
Beautiful.
That's it. Thank you. Put the rest in. And a
Don't
little
waste.
bit
No
more hot
waste.
water, please.
More water here.
Yes, that's hot enough.
I'll put a little bit more water there.
Yeah.
No waste.
Now,
Just a little bit, not much. So maybe half glass
yeah, and then you got to put some more water in it.
later on.
Yes, because that's not enough. We see how we go.
So you start with a little bit of water and then
A
we'll see how
little
we
bit of
go.
water, and then we add more water. We just I put a little bit of water in.
So you put 2 more cups.
2 cups more, see. If you need more, you have to put a bit more.
So we start with 2 cups.
Yes.
And then we'll see how we go.
That's really, say, 4 cups now.
2
All
cups
right?
at a time.
Yeah.
And you just massage the, you knead the
Massage
dough.
all the flour to make it nice and softer. A bit more water, please. Put a bit more water for me, please. Hot. Put another 2 cups. All right?
So basically if you're using only 1 kilo flour,
Oh, if you use...
you're in
yeah.
2 to 4 cups is more than enough.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So it's ready when it's look at that.
When it rise, and then we leave it now to
For
rise.
1 hour you want to leave it, okay.
About half an hour.
So let's say knead it for about 15, 20 minutes.
Minutes to come in nicely.
So make sure there's no stress left in your
Yes.
body. And then
Yes.
you let it rest for about 1 hour.
Yes. All done now.
Beautiful. Come and have a look. This is where you know when it's ready. That's when you know
That's
when it's ready.
You make the cross.
You make the cross.
Thanks God.
What do you do the cross?
Just do the cross. God help.
You need the God
To help.
Let it rest.
Better now.
About 1 hour.
Say
yes.
better now.
Oh, Maria, allora, let's see how the dough is. Let's have a look.
Let's have a look. How nice
Look at that.
Lovely
Oh,
stuff.
Look at
a
that.
beautiful
Lovely.
zeppole dough.
Oh, nice
That's
and moist.
beautiful.
Come on, let's show us how to make one. Please,
Alright.
Maria, show
So
us.
Make a little bit of oil on here.
All right.
Just wet your hands.
So we got anchovies over here, ladies and
Anchovy
gentlemen. Look, we got
Yeah.
anchovies. Come and have a look.
Anchovies here. That's your anchovy there.
Look at that.
And we put a little bit of oregano, if you want
Basil,
to.
basil.
Sorry.
Look at that.
Okay.
Beautiful. Get a small piece. What are you doing, Maria?
I do the zeppole.
Small dough.
Small dough.
So it's important to have the oil there, huh?
I'll just put the sardines.
The sardine in there.
Sardine.
Put the
and-
basil too.
And put a little bit of basil.
Beautiful.
And then you roll it up like that. Like that.
Very important to roll it properly.
Right, so you have to make a twist.
Yes.
Twist it.
Twist it like that.
Beautiful.
Is that nice?
And then you fry it at 180 Celsius.
Yes, here.
Put it in.
Okay.
Nice. So what's your favorite ingredient? You put just sardines and...
Sardine, a little bit of basil.
So here we have Tony. Tony, who are you, Tony?
I'm the turner.
So you're in charge of
I'm in charge
cooking
of
it.
cooking them. And the best ones that are really nice as well, besides anchovies, is with tomato.
Tell us how you cook it. Please tell us what's the way
You
to
just
cook
stick it in there
zeppole.
and see how it actually turns itself.
So you don't have to do much?
Don't have to do much, and then when it's brown, nice and brown, you take it out and that's it. They're done.
So when do you know what there is right
When
color?
they-
What
they
kind
got-
of brown
they
do you
got
want
a
this to
nice-
be?
They got a nice beigey colour. You'll see in a second.
Goldie coloured.
Goldie colour,
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
See how it's going brown now?
Yes, yes. Oh, yeah, I can tell. Okay.
That's it.
So it's not ready yet, but it's getting ready.
Yeah, but it's nearly there. See that's a nice golden brown? Look at that,
Beautiful.
That's it.
Show us, show me.
Nice and golden brown.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Nice texture, nice shape. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Show us. Have a bite. Yeah, more, bigger one, bigger bite. Look at that cheese. Yes. All right, let's see if I did a good job. That's a bomb. Looks like a rose. Let's see if the Calabrese approve it.
That's a hot.
The dough is perfect. Look at that. That's mozzarella.
See how that mozzarella was
Calabrese. Zippolo. It's nice. Look at the cheese over there. Look.
tomato too. Beautiful.
Do you approve it?
Beautiful. It looks spectacular.
Ah.
How does it taste?
The second antipasti is cheese balls, pecorino cheese balls from Abruzzo. Very close to my heart. I want you to try this because it's not very easy to find in restaurants. Today we are making an ancient recipe from Abruzzo called pallotte cacio, which is cheese and eggs balls. Very unique. First thing to do is to make beautiful, simple tomato sauce. So warm up the pan, put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, a nice finely chopped garlic, a nice amount of tomato sauce once the garlic is nice and cooked. And then we put a nice leaf of basil and just a pinch of salt. And then we cook it for about 15 minutes. So to make pallotte cacio, we need 4 eggs, 250 grams of fresh grated pecorino cheese, and 100 grams of parmesan. I like to use parmesan just to give the extra taste, but you can use 350 grams of pecorino if you like. Then we need a finely chopped garlic, and some nice chopped parsley, and some salt and pepper. Now we need a nice loaf of nice Italian bread. Cut the crust. Try to use bread that is at least 2 days old. Wet it with water and squeeze it very well. Now let's start with 2 slices of bread, then we mix the mixture, and then we see the consistency. If it's too soft, too liquidy, we put a little bit more bread. But if it's right, then we're ready to go. Now it's time to mix it very well. Let's have fun with this. Make sure the consistency is right. I feel like I need to put more bread in it. It's a little bit too soft, so let's put a little bit more bread. Now you wet your hands. You get about this much, and you want to make the little ball. Not too big. That's how big it should be. And now we are ready to fry them. Now let's warm up the olive oil at 130 Celsius degrees. You want to cook the cheese and eggs balls for about maximum 2 minutes. Beautiful pallotte caciova ready. Let's put them on the kitchen paper. Yum! The smell here is just divine. Let the pallotte caciova rest for about 10 minutes and then you put them in the tomato sauce. They can actually be eaten even like that. You don't have to put them in tomato sauce. The way they are, perfect. The flavors of Abruzzo right here in this beautiful terracotta, beautiful pan. Let's get a little bit of tomato sauce. Look at that. The third antipasto, it's a bruschetta. Classic bruschetta with tomatoes. You will love it, simple and delicious. And I'll show you how to make it the right way. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm showing you how to make bruschetta. No bruschetta, bruschetta. Now, bread, very important. You can use the pane di casa or any Italian bread that you like, or sourdough. I'm a big fan of sourdough and I do want to use sourdough today, and I'll show you how beautiful it is. Then we need some nice fresh basil, it needs to be fresh. 2 options of tomatoes. I've got cherry tomatoes and I'm going to show you what I do with the cherry tomatoes, or we can use a classic normal tomato. 2 cloves of garlic. I'm going to use 1 garlic to actually put on the bread and 1 piece of garlic to put in the tomatoes. You can use red onions if you prefer, okay? Up to you. Extra virgin olive oil and salt and pepper. Simple ingredients. Now with the tomatoes, what I actually like to do, you'll be surprised. I'm not using a chopping board to cut them. What I like to do is I like to cut them with a tomato knife, of course, and just cut it like this into small cubes, okay? As small as you can, please. As small as you can, just like this. We're gonna put a generous amount of extra virgin olive oil. When I say generous, I mean it, generous. Don't count, it can be 3, 4, 5 tablespoons. We're gonna put a nice generous amount of salt, okay? We're gonna put some pepper. Now I like to crush my garlic. I like to use a crusher because I think, you know, it crush the garlic so good, and when you put the garlic in the tomatoes, it kind of disappears in the tomato. I don't want to have chunks of garlic in my mouth. Beautiful. Last but not least, we're going to use this beautiful basil, okay? Beautiful basil from the garden, okay? If you can't find it from the garden, go to a shop that sells beautiful basil. And this is how I like to break it, okay? Break it with your hands. Straight from there, you break it with your hands in small pieces. Mix, and I'm using my hands. Use a fork if you don't feel comfortable. I'm doing this because I want to feel my tomatoes. The skillet, okay? The skillet is on a very high temperature. It's very, very hot. I can feel it. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the bread and toast both sides. So when it's ready, I don't know when it's ready. We have to keep checking, okay? So in a couple of minutes, we go and check. And when we have those beautiful dark lines, it means our bread is ready to be turned. After a couple of minutes, I'm going to turn the bread and look what we get. Look at that, see? This is what you want to get. This is the achievement. This is what you want to achieve. It's a bit hot, but see that? This is beautiful. This is the color that you want. Now, what do? We put the garlic on top. Look at the juice there. Put the juice first. Spread the juice everywhere. Yes, baby. Let's spread the juice. Now we add the tomatoes. Ah, yes. The beautiful tomatoes on our bruschetta. Time to eat. Look at this beautiful bruschetta. The pasta today must be a beef lasagna. Oh, lasagna, it's a celebration dish. You deserve to eat it. Guys, this is the ultimate lasagna, the lasagna you've been waiting for. So we start from the meat. So I get 500 grams of veal, 500 grams of pork. You can use any meat that you like. You can do duck, you can do beef, you choose, okay? It's personal. Then we have 1 carrot, cut into small pieces. Then we have 1 celery stick cut into small pieces. Then we need half onion chopped into pieces. If you want to use the red onion, use the red onion. We are using homemade tomato sauce, homemade passata. If you want to learn how to make it from scratch, watch the video up here. We made this with Filippo, and these are handmade, homemade, from scratch. We need 1 glass of red wine. Use any red wine that you like, anything you have already open in your house. Salt and pepper. To assemble the lasagna, we need 3 important cheeses, okay? The provolone cheese. I like the beautiful kick of the provolone. When it melts, it gives you the kick that you want. Oh yeah. Now in this recipe, I went way too far. Very fancy. I want to show off. I'm using buffalo mozzarella. Oh yeah. You can use fior di latte, nice and fresh fior di latte. If you can find it, you can use bocconcini as a last resort. But if you can find these cheeses in your city, just move out. And then we have Pecorino cheese or Parmigiano cheese. Needs to be grated. Another important ingredient that we do need is the bechamel sauce. Not too much, just a little bit. So what we need is 25 grams of butter, 25 grams of plain flour, 250 ml of milk, and a little bit of nutmeg. Last but not least, you need the lasagna sheet. And you must use fresh, made with eggs and flour. You can add a little bit of semolina, but trust me, do not use the dry one from the packet, from the shop. I've used it before, I made a mistake. The lasagna doesn't taste as good, let me tell you. If you've seen my reaction videos, you know what to start a lasagna with. The soffritto, the base of any sauces. So to do a soffritto, we get extra virgin olive oil, generous amount. We want the extra virgin olive oil to warm up a little, and then we add the carrots, the onion, and the celery. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna cook them for about 5 to 10 minutes until they become golden, moist. So when the soffritto is nice and done, we're gonna add the meat. Now what we want to do is we want to turn the meat a little bit gray before we add the wine. At this point, I'm going to add the wine, okay? So the wine gives the beautiful flavors. Time to put the sauce in, the homemade tomato sauce. Let's put it in, yeah. Guys, I'm keeping half bottle of passata for me for the end, because we will use this to cover the top part of the lasagna. Let's put some salt and pepper. Okay, this is not a bolognese sauce. It's a semi-bolognese sauce, and we are only cooking this for 2 hours. It's plenty of time, and I really like it, okay? So what we do now, we cover it for the first hour, because we want to keep all the flavors in there. A little pan, low heat, and we put the butter in there, okay? We want the butter to slowly, gently melt. When the butter melts, which will take no time, put the flour in there, and we stir. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna get some lumps, okay? So keep stirring until the flour disappears. So we're gonna add a little bit of milk at a time right now, a little bit, not too much. So we start with 1/4 of the 250, and we stir on a medium-low heat, okay? Don't be too rough with the bechamel. See how dense it becomes, see how thick? Look at that, look how thick, okay? See that? So let's keep adding the milk. We always want this to stay moist. We don't want the bechamel to dry up. It's creamy, it's drying up a little bit. Let's put the rest of the milk. It is important you keep stirring, stir, because if you don't stir, what's gonna happen is it's gonna get stuck to the pan, and we have to start from scratch. So stir. After a couple of minutes, you get this thick consistency, and that's your bechamel. You don't have to make it too thick. It can be a little bit runny because it needs to go in the lasagna, and we don't want this to be too thick. But you can make a thick bechamel, it's up to you. Now switch off the pan, quickly put some nutmeg, some salt, stir to give flavors, and we are ready to use it. We're gonna use a standard glass of water, and now this water is gonna prevent for the sauce to burn, okay? But we need to stir this. For the next hour, we stir. And if you feel like you do need more water, you add more water, okay? I'm gonna put some extra virgin olive oil in there, or you can use butter if you want. And I'm gonna spread the extra virgin olive oil everywhere, especially on the sides. Okay, let's start by adding some tomato sauce at the bottom. Not too much, don't go crazy. Now everyone thinks, oh, okay, I'm gonna put more meat on top and more cheese. No, what Vincenzo's plate does, I've got some beautiful, basil sauce over here. Nice, simple basil sauce, which is just with onion, basil, carrots. And what I do is I put it on top, okay? I just put it on top. So we're gonna cover this lasagna with no cheese on top. For now, just tomato sauce over there. I'll foil. You cover it for 20 minutes. We're gonna cook this lasagna at 180 Celsius for 20 minutes in a flame forced oven. Guys, it's been 20 minutes and the lasagna is about to be revealed. Now I wanna show you this, okay? Let's take this off. Take it off slowly. Look what happens here, okay? We have a little bit of tomato sauce stuck to this. The reason why you don't want to put the cheese is because the cheese will get stuck on this. You don't want to do that, okay? So now we have this beautiful top of lasagna, perfectly cooked. And what we do, we're gonna be very generous now with the Pecorino cheese, okay? Right on top, be generous. And this will melt into the sauce. Now, back in the oven without any foil, for 10 more minutes. You know why I said to use top quality ingredients? Because I want you to enjoy this baby the way it is. Look how stunning. Look at that beautiful Pecorino cheese melting on top. Look at the edges here. Look at that. A little bit of crunch. I made mistakes in the past, especially when I was filming videos where I basically cut it and served. I'm gonna wait as long as it takes until this lasagna cool down, it's nice and warm, and then we can have it. The time has arrived. It's getting darker here. It's almost dinner time. This lasagna needs to be cut. The main course, very, very special. It's lamb shanks. I think it's my son's favorite dish I make. The beautiful lamb shanks that you pay so much in restaurants, but you can make it at home for at least a quarter of the price from the restaurant. Delicious dish, and I suggest you to enjoy it calmly with a slice of bread. Lamb shanks the Italian way. We need top quality lamb shanks. Get them from the butcher. Then we need 1 large chopped carrot, half onion chopped, you can use any type of onions that you want, and 1 celery stick also chopped. Then we need some chopped parsley, 250 ml of vegetable stock, 2 bottles of passata, which is about 1.4 liters. We're gonna have so much sauce that you can use it the day after for pasta, for meatballs, or you can freeze it. Salt and pepper, and extra virgin olive oil. First thing to do, guys, is to start from the soffritto. So, on a medium-high heat, we're gonna put extra virgin olive oil in a nice pot. And today I'm using cast iron because I love it. It's a slow cooking recipe, so cast iron is the best thing to use. Here we go with the celery, onion, and carrots. Now basically we want all these ingredients to make love together, okay? They need to make love together. Now we are gonna add the lamb shanks, okay? So the lamb shank one at a time. One is there. We need to brown the lamb shank, okay? We want all the sides to be brown. As you can see, the sound has been brown. See? That's what you want. Perfect. Now what we do now, we're gonna add the vegetable stock in there. So we're gonna give some extra flavor to the base, to the soffritto. Cover it and let the pot do the job. Now this passata will be full of flavors and you will have leftovers passata, that you can use for pastas or anything that you want. What I like to do is I like to freeze the leftover sauce and I use it whenever I want. Here we go. Beautiful passata rustica. This is something I usually don't do because I don't want watery tomatoes, but for this recipe we can do it. We're gonna add a little bit of water in the bottles so we can clean the bottles and then put it back in the pot. Quick, do this, quick. So we clean the bottle and here we go. Add in there. Do this one too. Add in there. Let's put some salt and pepper. Put as much salt and pepper you like. Let's put the stove on a lower heat. From now, we're gonna cook this for 3 hours on a low heat, okay? If you want to cook it for 4-5 hours, do it, even better. And here it is. Oh, hello, babies. How moist and tender are you, huh? How moist and tender are you? Look at this baby here. Oh, yeah, cooked in a beautiful slow cooked sauce. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my God. It's time now to serve the lamb shanks. And here we go. I'm gonna put the tomato sauce at the bottom of the plate. Try and get all the carrots here, the celery, the onion. All the best part is right at the bottom, okay? So don't forget. Here it is. Beautiful. Now we need to add our lamb shanks on top. Oh my God, look at this lamb shank. Look how juicy. It's coming off the bone. Off the bone. Oh my God, this is so tender. It's so hard to transfer everything there. Oh my, beautiful babies. Now let's put some more sauce on top, just to cover this beautiful meat. Oh, yes. Now you're probably wondering, what am I gonna do with all this sauce? What am I gonna do? Guys, this is one of the best sauces you will ever eat in your life. This sauce, you can keep it in the fridge for 5 days, or you can freeze it. You can make a wonderful pasta, you can use it for meatballs, or anything that you want. Guys, this is a top quality sauce. Not sure about you, but I'm gonna add some parsley. I like to put parsley on mine. I'm gonna put some nice parsley here. Oh, delicious. We do need a little bit of green, for decoration. All you need now is some top quality sourdough bread. And here it is, a fantastic meal for the family. 1 per person, and your dinner is done. The dessert is a tiramisu, my favorite dessert ever. A beautiful dessert made the right way. And this is the recipe for you. Today we are making the perfect tiramisu, my favorite dessert. These are the ingredients that you need to make the perfect tiramisu that fits in a 9 by 13 inches Pyrex. 5 beautiful extra large eggs, free range please. 1 large packet of Savoiardi biscuits. Please get the real Italian deal, please. 500 grams of mascarpone, which is 2 small tubs. 3 or 5 tablespoons of white sugar. It's up to you how much you want to use. 700 ml of Italian coffee, cocoa powder, and a little bit of icing sugar for decoration. Now let's divide the egg yolks and the white of the egg, okay? Okay, so here we go with the white. Egg white and the egg yolk. Now we're going to pasteurize the eggs, so we have no risk of salmonella, okay? What we need to do is we get a pot full of water, we make sure the water is boiling. Then what we do is we switch off the stove so the water is still hot. You put a bowl on top so the steam will warm up the eggs. You put the egg and you mix it. Mix it with a hand mixer. Mix, 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 mix. Now it's time to add 5 tablespoons of white sugar to the egg yolk. And when you get this consistency with the yolks, you know you are done and you're ready to add the mascarpone. We want to make sure, guys, we don't boil this, okay? We don't boil it. Gentle. See, guys, when you get something this beautiful and thick like that, you know you're ready, okay? Now we're gonna add the mascarpone, 500 grams of mascarpone in this one. All right, now let's mix this mascarpone with the eggs. Come on. Slowly, slowly. Make sure they make love together. Hello. And now we go faster. And we are gonna mix it and fold it with a spatula, okay? Do not use the mixer here. Just like this. Beautiful. And here is the cream for our tiramisu. Now it's time to dunk the Savoiardi in the coffee. And this is what I do. This is my technique, okay? Because that's how I like to have my tiramisu. Cold coffee. We're gonna place the Savoiardi for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and out. Get everything out, and then we place it in the Pyrex. Roasted almond dark chocolate, okay? And this is what I do. I grate it on top. You put as much as you want, okay? Now what we need to do is to cover this layer with cocoa powder, okay? Just like that. Just put cocoa powder everywhere, and this will give the extra flavor. What do you think of this beauty? Beauty. Now what we want to do is get some plastic wrap, and we want to cover this, okay? Cover it, because this needs to be in the fridge to set. Now you can have this in the fridge for 4 hours, okay? If you really want to have it on the same day. But for you to have the best tiramisu experience ever, you want to do this the day before. So the day before you do it, leave it in the fridge, and then you enjoy it. The day after will taste so much better. The third day will be the best of the best of the best experience for you. The fourth day will be great. The fifth day, you don't want to have it anymore, okay? Hopefully it doesn't last that long. This, it's a masterpiece. Guys, I hope you enjoyed my Easter menu designed for you and your family and friends. So let me know how you go. Let me know if you enjoyed it. I'm really excited for you to try. If not all of them, at least most of them, okay? Let me know how you go, and thank you so much for watching this video. I'm very excited to share menus with you. And let me know what menu you want me to share with you, okay? Thank you so much. See you in the next Vincenzo's Plate video recipe. E ora si mangia. Oh yeah, it's a feast. Vincenzo's Plate.